Welcome everybody to the seasonal diet, eating what our ancestors ate when they ate it, like we were evolved to do. Pasta, continuing Grain Week, speaking about the history and seasonal availability of pasta. Like other grains, pasta can be preserved and stored for a very long time, making it a very valuable food for our ancestors in the winter when there was not much else around growing. So pasta is very simple, and of course there are slightly different recipes. There are over 300 forms of pasta with over 1,300 documented names for pasta and the different types, but at the root of it all, pasta is simply wheat flour mixed with water or eggs, and then it's flattened or folded into whatever shape you want. It's not that different of the ingredients that is used to make bread. Possibly the most ancient method to make the grains, which is going back 14,000 years. That's how long bread has been around. Pasta, although it has almost identical ingredients to bread, it's not anywhere near as old. The first evidence and records in the sources come from ancient Roman times, about 2,000 years ago. The origin is modern-day Italy, which is not surprising, and it's recorded as something called Lagana, or lasagna, described to be fine sheets of fried dough. About 100 years later, about 1900 years ago, Lagana was referred to in more detail as sheets of dough made of wheat flour and the juice of crushed lettuce, and then it's flavored with spices and deep fried in oil. So that definitely sounds like pasta, but not quite the same. It actually sounds a lot better, the ancient Roman method of pasta, or lagana as they called it. And this was probably eaten all over the Mediterranean, but it's no evidence of it eaten anywhere else other than that. The first real record we have that we know is 100% the pasta we know of today. That doesn't come until the 1300s in Italy. After that, it slowly spreads over Europe, and after that to all places that Europeans settled in the world. So pasta has actually not been in our ancestral diets for very long, only about 2,000 years or less it seems. But as I always say, if it goes in the same hole and out the same hole, it's in our ancestral diet still. I don't care how it gets made and shoved down your pie hole. If the ingredients are the same, it's in our ancestral diet. And like I said, pasta is basically just water and flour made from wheat, which if you saw my video that I made on flour a couple days ago, flour is at least 14,000 years old, as that's how long humans have been using flour to make bread possibly. And wheat, in its wild forms, is even older than that, and something humans have been eating in Eurasia for tens of thousands of years. So for us in Europe or the Middle East area, yes, the ingredients in pasta have been in our diets for tens of thousands of years, even though pasta maybe hasn't. For the other place in the world, it definitely hasn't been in your diets for more than a few hundred years. If you like some carbs and you're from Asia, rice would be the one to go to for your ancestral diet. If you're Native American, the corns would be more applicable for you, and so on, depending on the grain or however you like to make flour in your native homelands. What season is pasta in if we are going to make it and eat it? Well, like I said, it's made from wheat primarily, which is harvested in the late summer to the fall. So then is when it would be top pasta season if you want to eat it fresh right after the harvest. But of course all the grains have a very long shelf life and would have been a big staple food for our ancestors all throughout the winter. Do I eat pasta? I don't like it that much. I don't like grains all that much really, but if I do eat the grains, it's mostly now at this time of year in the late winter to the spring, when my ancestors in the north of Europe would have had the most need for it. So at this time of year I do indulge in some different types of pasta, but I definitely try to stay away from the processed garbage. The fresh or homemade pasta is of course much better, healthier, and it's delicious too, so definitely give that a try if you have some place to get it or if you can make it homemade. How about you guys? What is your favorite type of pasta? Any recipes? Do you make it out of any items other than wheat flour? Do you make it into any specific shapes or put different things inside it, like the ravioli or tortellini, those kinds of things? Let us all know.